Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Sam, and today we're going to be going through a hip opening sequence. If you sit in your car a lot, or sit at a desk all day, or do a lot of exercise that require movements in your hips, this is a great practice for you to use and release any tension pent up in the hips through the stretches that we're going to do and opening up your body with the breath. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin in a comfortable seated meditation, either sitting down on your sit bones or on your knees, whatever is comfortable for you here. And we'll just start by tuning into the breath, releasing the shoulders away from the ears and relaxing the muscles on the face. And just noticing the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. Good, and now we'll prepare for Kapalabhati, which is a pranayama or breathing exercise. In Kapalabhati, just focus on the exhales. The inhale will come naturally. And when you are exhaling, you're forcefully pressing out the air. You should see and feel the movement in your belly. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we can go ahead and begin. I like to do it comfortably on my knees. I feel that it gives me a little bit more support, but if you also feel comfortable to do it seated, you can remain there. So this is what it's going to look like. Again, forceful exhales and the inhale will come naturally. I take an inhale to prepare and exhale repeatedly. Good, so we'll do that for about 30 seconds and do it at a comfortable speed and pace that you can go. And if you have boogers, then just blow them out of your nose, grab a tissue maybe, but just really clearing the body and focusing on bringing that breath into your stomach. And exhale, let everything go. Inhale to prepare. And exhale, begin Kapalabhati. Keep pumping. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Feel that belly press in towards the spine. Good, and exhale, completely press that belly button into spine. Inhale, fill up. And hold the breath, close the eyes. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears. And exhale, release completely. If you came up on your knees, coming back to sit on your bum. Bringing some movement into our hips with beginning poses. So just sending your weight forward and to the right. Scooping your chest forward and catting through the spine, chin to the chest to the back. Inhale, swoop forward, chest opens. Exhale, chin to the chest, press back. Really thinking about the movement and breath that's happening here in the hips. Do one more. And exhale as we come back to center, and we'll switch. Inhale, swoop forward, chest presses. Exhale, chin to chest. Cat through the spine. Inhale, swoop forward. Exhale, back. Again, thinking about the movement in the hips. connecting the movement of the body to the breath. Good, and inhale, coming forward. Spine nice and tall, pressing the hands behind you, facing forward or back of the mat. Inhale, press up through the hips. Just a little gentle press. If you want to go more, you can go more. Start to open up through the heart. Press down through the hands. You should feel a slight stretch in through the biceps here. And next exhale, chin to chest, bow forward, fold over those legs. Feel that stretch in through the hips as they open up. Inhale, coming back to rise. And we'll press our hands out in front of us, roll onto our knees, coming into a stable table. Preparing for kneeling sun salutations. Exhale, you'll drop the feet outside the mat, drop the pelvis down. Inhale, look up. And exhale, chin to chest, toes come to touch, pressing back into child's pose, balasana. Forehead down on the mat, fingers spread wide. Inhale, arch the spine, cat. As you come forward, feet go wide, drop the hips, look up, open. And exhale, chin to chest, toes touch, press back into child's pose. Good, and moving through 3 more at your own pace, connecting the movement of the body to the breath. Meeting in child's pose at the end of that last round. Inhale, lifting the head up, walking the hands back towards the knees, and come into Malasana Yogi Squat. If this is too much for you, feel free to place a block or a pillow underneath your bum so you can sit here and really focus on having the elbows inside of the knees, pressing the palms together, and using the pressing of the hands to open up the knees and open up the hips. Taking a few deep, releasing breaths here, opening up those hips. And from here, coming to sit down, so if you need to put one hand forward and back, gently sit down on your bum. We'll straighten out the right leg in front of us. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, left arm reaches high. And exhale, we twist over that back right shoulder. Keeping that elbow pressing into that left knee, continuously opening up the hip. Inhale, back through to center. Exhale, we forward fold over that front right leg. Drop the head down. Again, keep that elbow, that left elbow connected to that inside of that left knee, encouraging it to stay open and stay tall. Also using the breath to get a nice hamstring stretch to that right leg, flexing through those right toes. Inhale, coming back up to center. And exhale, this time we'll fold in between both legs, not over the right leg, in between. Drop the head down. Inhale, back to center, sit tall. And exhale, we'll switch. Right leg comes in, left leg comes out. Inhale, right arm lifts high, right elbow inside of that right knee, left hand behind. Look over that back shoulder. Again, this is an active pose. You're using the right elbow to press into that right knee, opening up that hip while also getting a twist through the spine. Good. Inhale back through the center. Both arms reach up. Exhale over that left knee. Drop the head down, forward fold over that left leg. Again, using the right elbow to keep that right knee hinged open. Inhale back through the center. Both arms reach tall. Exhale, forward fold in between both legs. Beautiful. Inhaling back through the center. Placing both hands behind you, coming into Malasana, pressing up. And dropping the hands down, bringing both feet to face forward and pressing the bum up. Feel free to keep the knees bent if you need. Drop the head for ragdoll, elbow to elbow grab. Can rock side to side or stay static. And inhale, root to rise, arms reach up. And exhale, hands come behind that low back, gently pressing the hips forward. Just being mindful of the movement. Can engage your glutes here, might help you press those hips forward. Open up through the front of the body, use the breath. And exhale, chin to chest, stand tall. Inhale, right knee in towards the chest. And exhale, step it to the front right corner of the mat. And we'll drop down for lizard pose. Both hands drop inside of that right foot. Palms are firmly planted, fingers are spread wide. Using the breath just to drop into the hips here. Option to rock forward and back if you want to bring some dynamic movement into it. Or just stay static. Next exhale, drops that knee down. Inhale, look up. Keep the hips melting down toward the ground. Good, and preparing for a supported side plank. Revolving those left toes off the mat and right leg comes to float toward the back of the mat. Right arm opens wide, look up. And we'll grab that back, top of that back foot and just hug it in towards your glute, getting us stretching through the quad. And exhale, release the foot to the back of the mat, hand comes down next to the left. Exhale for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Fingers spread wide, hips high. Next exhale takes us to the back of the mat for Malasana. Toes wide, heels in. Drop back, sit down. Elbows opening up the knees. From here, pressing down through our feet, root to rise, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer center. Inhale, left knee into the chest. Hug it in tight. And exhale, left foot steps to the left top rail of the mat. Dropping our hands down inside of that foot, coming into lizard pose on the left side. Keeping those back right toes tucked, strong through that right hip. We're strengthening and opening up the hips. Using the muscles to release any tension. And dropping the knee down, top of that right foot comes flat. Gentle look up, opening through the heart. And coming into supported side plank, so flipping those right toes off the mat, left toes to the back, they float, left arm reaches high, and exhale, reach around for that back left foot for the advanced variation, hugging that heel to glutes, stretching that quad. And releasing the hand and the foot down, coming into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Soles of the feet into the mat, fingertips spread wide, drop the head down, chin closer towards the chest. Inhale, coming forward, dropping the knees down, coming in for an up dog or cobra. Only difference is if the knees are on the ground or lifted up and away. Palms pressing down through the ground, shoulders pressing away from the ears, gentle opening through the heart, look up. And dropping down to the elbows, coming down into Sphinx pose. Toes are together, elbows directly beneath shoulders, palms pressing down into the ground and back, fingers spread wide. And we'll come in for some more quad stretches. So placing your right arm parallel to the top of your mat, fingertips spread wide, bending that back left knee, and grabbing around for the top of that foot, hugging it into the glute. And releasing, switching the arms and the legs. Hugging that right heel to glute, stretching that quad. And release. Palms pressing in by the chest, directly beneath the elbows, and gently pressing ourselves up, this time coming into an upward dog. So tops of the feet press down into the ground, our knees lift away, floating, palms pressing down, lifting our upper body up, and exhale, knees down, press back into child's pose, Balasana. Lengthening the top half of the body. Taking a few more healing breaths. When you're ready, inhaling, coming up to stand on our knees, coming up on our toes of our back feet, and we're just going to practice getting into camel pose here. So just starting with a half variation on each side before going into camel pose to really open up and press those hips forward. Inhale, left arm reaches high and takes a big circle, falls back onto that left ankle. Inhale, right arm reaches up, press the hips forward, half camel. One more inhale. And exhale back to center, chin to chest. This time the right hand goes forward, left arm goes up and back. Exhale, switch. Couple deep breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, hands down in front of you. Press back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg lifts high to the sky. Exhale, we plant it next to that right hand on the outer right side rail. Hands in between. We'll drop the back knee down. And because we've been working on opening up the hips here, if you feel that you have that opening, go ahead and come down to the elbows and begin to release that hip through the breathing. Nice, slow and controlled deep breaths. Remember, on the inhales, you're creating that space. In the body, on the exhale, you're moving into that space, cleaning out that area that's holding tension or stress.
Lovely. Coming up onto our hands and picking up that back leg. Spider walking through the center and to the opposite side.
And when you're ready, dropping that back knee down. Staying on the hands if you feel still tight and maybe one side is different than the other. But if you feel ready, coming down onto the elbows and letting the release of that hip just happen through the rhythm of your breath. Really tuning in here. Maybe even closing your eyes. Letting go even more every exhale.
Lovely. And inhaling up to the hands. Left leg rises in the air for 3-legged downward dog just for a moment.
And exhale, we'll come to sit on our bum.
Lowering ourselves down onto our back.
Knees in towards the chest. And releasing that left knee down, placing that right ankle on top of that left knee, reaching in between the triangle that you've created with your right leg for the back of that left knee, hugging it in for a supine pigeon, rocking side to side or staying static, gently using that right elbow to guide open that right hip, that right knee, continuing to stretching through the hips. And of course, using the breath to release any tension. Maybe closing the eyes. And slowly coming in for the twist, releasing those legs connected over to the left side. Using that left hand to keep that right knee propped open, again continuing the opening through the hip. And twist, head looks opposite direction of the legs. And inhale, coming back through the center, knees into the chest. This time we'll drop the right sole of the foot onto the ground, left ankle on top of that right knee. Reach in between the triangle for that back right thigh. And hugging it in towards your chest. You're gently tugging on that right leg, holding it closer, while simultaneously using that left elbow to hinge open that left knee. And continuing the breath work. And while keeping the legs connected as is, letting them drop over to the right, using the right palm, keep that right knee open. And exhale, head looks opposite direction of the legs. Inhale, both knees back through to center. Hug them in. And we will straighten our legs up to the sky, roll out the ankles. And we'll do a flex and a point. So point the toes up towards the sky, straighten out the legs, press through the quads, core is a little bit engaged. And exhale, press through the heels, flex the toes towards the shins, flex through the back of the leg. Inhale, point. And exhale, flex. Press out through those heels. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. One more inhale. And exhale.
And this time, soles of the feet come together for butterfly pose, letting the knees drop open like a book. Hands can come on the body, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Rock or stay static. Take a few breaths here just to finalize the opening up of those hips, really intentionally moving the breath in between the pelvis, in between the groin, and just relaxing this part of your body intentionally with the breath. Imagining those knees just opening up even more centimeter by centimeter with every rhythm and round of breath. Taking one last nice deep inhale. And exhale, straightening the legs, heels to the outside corners of the mat, hands drop by the side, palms facing up. Releasing the control of the breath. Coming into our final resting pose for savasana for just a minute or so, allowing our body to recalibrate after a beautiful stretch and to settle back into itself, into perfect alignment. And bringing some movement back into the toes and the fingers, gently wiggling them, rocking the head left to right, licking the lips. Pressing ourselves up into a comfortable seated position at the tops of our mats, bringing hands to prayer center, taking a moment of gratitude to honor our body and where we're at in our practice and where we are in our life. Just being grateful for all of the things that we have and get to do and all the people that we get to love and support in our life. Closing the practice with a breath and a statement of gratitude. Inhale our thumb knuckles up to our third eye forehead center. And together we exhale and bow, we say namaste. Awesome job. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this practice. I hope your hips are feeling open, loose, and flexible. And check out my website. I just released a newsletter, which is pretty awesome, kind of scary, and I'm really excited just about being able to put my writing out there into the world. I've been writing for so many years, so it's exciting to have a platform to now put it on. So that is on my website, Midwestern Yogi, and if you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get me into your inbox every Thursday morning when I post a new article. So I hope to see you in the newsletter and on my next video. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.